I don't think Earn Your Leisure is going to be the biggest thing I've ever done.
Michael J. MacDonald, y'all, a co-founder of Earn Your Leisure.
People were doing trendy things. They were building like these challenges, building these webinars, and not building an audience. They wasn't building a legacy.
Y'all started 5 or 6 businesses already.
I was the video guy. I was the light guy, the merch guy at one point. I was the marketer guy. I was the ad guy. I was the manager. I was the customer service.
All for the money, didn't do nothing.
Nope.
Y'all started a business. Y'all didn't even think it was gonna make money because it was just because there was no money in podcasting at the time.
Nope.
And that is the thing that
it's the stuff that you least expect. It was up to me to see if I can believe in my 2 friends, if they can really do this, right?
And then we fast forward to InvestFest.
That's a beast.
The genius, like that is that is a genius idea. It is groundbreaking. No one on the planet has ever done anything like it.
The first year we did it out of our pocket. It was like I'll never forget that, $1.3 million out of our pocket. And when you come up with an idea, you got to execute it.
Did you ever think that the brand would be as big as it is right now?
Absolutely not.
For those who don't know, who is Michael MacDonald?
That's a great question. So
Wait. I know you want to watch this next video, but listen, if you are an entrepreneur, business coach, business consultant, or a small business owner who has a story and wants to learn how to create multiple streams of income from your story, I need you to text me right now, my book, to 646-687-4152. That is my personal number. I have been an author for over 12 years. I've written 10 books. 4 of them have been bestsellers, and I've sold over 100,000 books. But I've also helped a lot of my clients take their expertise and put it into a story, then create multiple streams of income from that. So I want to help you do the same thing. So text my book to 646-687-4152. All right, let's go back to the video. All right, so welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Vault with Ask Cash, the greatest money mindset show on the planet. Today, we're sitting down with a man whose life proves that vision will always outgrow circumstance. From the public housing projects of Greenburgh, New York, to the boardrooms of a media powerhouse, this brother turned street hustle into digital architect and design into destiny. At 14 years old, he was the kid making flyers from the block, but those same creative skills became the blueprint for building brands that move culture. He went from designing parties to designing empires and eventually co-creating one of the most impactful platforms in financial media history, Earn Your Leisure. As the man behind, or the mind behind the look, feel, and strategy of EYL, InvestFest, and Market Mondays, he helped shape a global movement around financial literacy and ownership, but he didn't stop there. In his 30s, he shifted from client work to ownership, founding the Business Engine, a framework and coaching program that teaches entrepreneurs how to build scalable systems, brands, and companies that run with precision. He also raising the next generation through the Mac Pack, teaching young kings and queens how to build digital business before they even graduate high school. From being featured in Black Enterprise to inspiring creators worldwide, his story reminds us that you can literally turn flyers into fortune when purpose meets process. Inside the Vault today, we are unlocking the mind of a visionary, a father, a strategist, a cultural architect. Family, help me welcome my brother. Woo! I'm about to... Yo, that was like I was getting ready for a fight, man.
Nah, thank you for having me. That was a great intro, man. Can you do my intro going forward? Yo, can we get that? I need to put that right when I come out and shit on stage. That was hard.
Man, because
thank you, man. Thank you.
I mean, this is way overdue. Because I've known you for a very long time. You know, when we first started Inside the Vault, the video, I mean, the audio's still on the EY Network, but the video was on, the Earn Your Leisure YouTube channel. And so, we've talked a lot, you know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I think you created this logo. Do you remember that?
Maybe.
You probably remember. Like, you created the logo, like a lot of stuff, like you really, you helped me a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like behind the scenes, as it relates to podcasts, as it relates to monetizing, a lot of things. And I think that a lot of people sort of like, those who knew, you know what I'm saying, like know who you are and know your genius, recognize that, but the world hasn't really experienced, Mike MacDonald has at his genius. And so I want to get into that. I want to get into who you are, Earn Your Leisure, what you're doing now. But before we go there, right, for those who don't know, who is Michael MacDonald?
That's a great question. So they're business owners, they're entrepreneurs that are really struggling on how to amplify their business, how to grow their business, right? I'm the person that comes into people's business and I help them amplify their business and show them solutions to their problems. So I provide solutions for people, for business owners and entrepreneurs on how to amplify and 10x their business. So that's really me. That's the person I am. But besides that, I'm a husband. I'm a father.
Yes.
I'm a brother. Yes. And I'm one of the co-founders of Earn Your Leisure and InvestFest and EY University and Business Engine and MacPack.
Yeah.
But that's basically I provide solutions for business owners.
Yeah. Let's start. Let's start with Earn Your Leisure, right? Because I think that again, you're co-founder.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think that the brand would be as big as it is right now?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
When we started Earn Your Leisure, we started just, really just to listen to the people. The people wanted more information.
Yeah.
Right. Rashad was posting on his Instagram short reels about, different business deals. Mm-hmm. And, it was really supposed to be like about money, entertainment, and sports. Mm-hmm. But then, it shifted where real estate was our first thing we started talking about. And, when he was doing that content about vitamin water and stuff like that, they wanted more. They liked this stuff because we would do a lot of research and understand what this deal meant, how much did they make, what was the percentages, what was the equity, why this person didn't take the equity. But it was only like, a few minutes. Mm-hmm. So when people started asking, we need a longer format of content. Like what is the, like, why don't you have a podcast? What's your podcast? So that's when Rashad called and said, yo, what's a podcast? And I explained to him what a podcast was. And I said, let's do it, whatever. There was no money in podcasting at that time. It was very little, right? Sirius XM was the only like internet radio that was getting those huge contracts. And it was just, 85% was going into TV and radio. Yeah. So, so we wasn't doing it for the money. And I think that's the special thing about Earn Your Leisure. We was just doing it to provide more exposure to our people, our community, of information that wasn't privy to us, and giving it in a digestible way where we can understand, a relatable way where we can understand it, and it just took off.
Yeah. What made you so like I know you started working in business 14 years old. Like, you've always been sort of like a entrepreneur. Talk to me about that journey, because I think that journey of you as an entrepreneur kind of leads into the start of Earn Your Leisure and how you even became a co-owner. Because I really want to know like the beginning aspect of it. But when you look at yourself as a young guy, like, where did you get that entrepreneurship spirit? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's a great question. And some might say, because you always see Troy and Rashad in the front, like, why did you have him? You could have just paid somebody to do this, right? You could have just did this, right? And at the end of the day, that shows the fact that I'm a third owner, right? Equal partner owner in Earn Your Leisure and all the other companies. It shows that I was doing something great before. Like, they wouldn't have came to me if I wasn't doing great, right? Now, it was up to me to see if I can believe in my two friends, if they can really do this, right? Because I'm putting my time in, I'm putting my energy in, putting my equipment in. I was like, so, I believed in them probably more than they believed in themselves, because in reality, I came in when there was no financial, they could just pay someone like me, right? That's what most people say. Yeah. And, it's been said in their ears. I'm like, but you don't understand. That's why it's a great question. I must have been doing something great. So what I was doing great was I was doing websites. We had this cookout a few years prior that I was doing pictures, I was doing video, I was doing websites for our one little cookout, right? But I was always in the city. I was doing photography in the city. I had all the connects with all the nightclubs, all the celebrities. So I was really doing really big things, So that was one of the biggest reasons why I became, one of those partners. That's why they came to me, because I had to know, I had the knowledge and the skill set to bring this thing to reality. And that was why. I mean, I was really great at what I did.
Yeah. And I love, and I want to go to that though, because I love to hear, obviously I know you and I know the story, but I love to hear the story about some of the things that you did that, right? Because what's the slogan? Assets over liabilities.
Yeah.
Early on though, there were a lot of things that you did that people would look at, be like, yo, that's crazy. Why are you spending so much money on these liabilities? But the same liabilities became assets to you, like living in some of the most expensive, high rises, and then the networking. Talk a little bit about that, like that part of the story.
Well, even my wife, she'll always say that, why do you spend so much money? Why do you don't? I wouldn't be in the place I am today if I didn't take risks. Yeah. Right. Success. With success, it comes sacrifice. Right. And if I stayed on a regular path, worked a regular 9 to 5, saved my money, didn't take any risks, then I wouldn't be the man I am sitting in this chair. I wouldn't be sitting in this chair. Yeah. I'll be a regular person that, nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But my life, I always wanted greatness. Yeah. I desire greatness, right? I desire the best. I like a nice place to live. I like a nice car. I like, going to nice restaurants and going on vacation when I want to go on vacation. So to do that, I had to take risks. I didn't have a full education. I was educated in special education. So my education was real limited to start with. I didn't have no rich friends. I grew up in the projects, so we were all in the crabs in a barrel, if you want to say, right? Because we were all struggling trying to get out the barrel, right? So I didn't come from, and I didn't know outside of my projects, right? So when I started to work a job, I started to meet people. I was really good at networking, right? And I started to work at this computer store. And that was my first person I met that had a really, really nice house and a really, really nice car. I'm like, what? Personally, like, I became friends with him. We're business partners to this day. But I'm like, yo, this guy talked like me. He walked like me. Okay, it's time to work. Yeah. So that immediately was my first exposure. Yeah. Then it just started to go. And when I got into the city, it was over. Because then I was going to like these the celebrities' houses and stuff, and the publicist's house. I actually flew out here for Jeezy party. I did Jeezy's party. He rented the house, but the house, you can't unsee that house. That house was crazy. It was on Tuxedo Road. And now I didn't know what Tuxedo Road was then. Now I live in Atlanta. So like the house was crazy. I couldn't unsee it. And once I started to see things, I want more. And it requires to take chances. Like I bought houses that some of them going to go good, some going to go bad. Right? I took a chance on Troy and Rashad. That was a lot of time. I lost a lot of clients building Earn Your Leisure because I seen the vision. After a few months, I was like, oh, this is it. This is going to take us out. This is gone, right? Because the timing was right. And that's the thing. I don't think it was our talent. I think it was the timing. I think it was our consistency. And I think it was our work ethic. Like, I don't think it's nothing special about me, Troy, or Rashad. It's like anyone could do what we've done. The problem is they don't have the work ethic. They don't have the consistency. And and the fact that the timing was perfect where, you had other people that was talking about financial literacy, but wasn't doing it right. And they kind of like hurt their people in whatever way it was. For sure. So now they needed a fixer up. Right? I always say like knowing that the guy you had on Crime Pace, Vanessa, he was supposed to be the other dude. What's the other dude that passed away?
Oh, Kevin Samuels.
Yo, that was his lane. And it was missing. So that audience is still there.
Absolutely.
That audience is still looking for that person, right? So the audience was there. We just had to step up and take over, and we did it perfectly. Matt, it was like perfectly.
And that's the one thing I will say about just being close is the work ethic is unmatched from day one.
Yeah.
Work ethic is unmatched.
And very professional.
Yeah, and in fact, like I still you got your whoop on? No,
No, I don't use that no more.
look, he switched it, right? But I still got my whoop on. I remember there was a time we were doing a fitness challenge. And so you could see we were in a group or whatever, so you can see everybody's like their sleep, their workout and all that. Yo, consistently your sleep was like 2 hours, bro.
Yeah, I don't sleep.
Yo, it was like 2-3 hours. I'm like, yo, Mike, you gotta sleep, bro. But I've been to pool parties with you, and you on a laptop and you working. I'm like, yo, bro, this dude is like always going. Did you always have that work ethic, or is it like what gave you that work ethic?
I mean, at 13 years old, and I don't even know if I've said this, but at 13 years old, at 8 years old, I was getting the shopping carts around my projects and getting paid 50 cents or $1 a shopping cart, right? Yeah. So that was like you don't really realize that was kind of entrepreneurship in itself because I was getting the shopping carts and giving them to the guy, right? Yeah. But at 13 years old, I was able to get a job off the books and I was making like $10 an hour, $15, something, whatever. But I was making like $300-400 a week at a eyeglass place, right? And this is the thing, like I was helping my family pay the bills because we didn't really have it. Like my mother's single parent with 5 kids, like, so like it was always like a hustle. Like, and my mother was a hustler. She was a hustler. My brother's a hustler. Like it's in our blood. We're MacDonald's, man. We like to get. I'm never gonna wait for something to happen. I'm always gonna make it happen. That's always been me. Like I gotta go. I gotta go. I can't. And again, I told you, I like nice things. I like nice dinners. I like nice vacations. I like nice houses. So in order to do that, like in Jordans was popping. Right. My mom's couldn't get me Jordans. I had to get a job to. I wish I was putting that money into Nike stock then. But you don't know what you don't know. My son don't have that issue. He gonna know. Right. He gonna know. Yo, forget about those Jordans, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna get to the stock. And so now we look, right. The Earn Your Leisure brand blows up, right? What was that moment though? Like, what was that moment that you're like, all right, we out of here, right? Because being close, I kind of have an idea. Like there was a moment that I saw, and I said, oh, this is it. They out of here.
There was a lot of moments, but I'm gonna talk about the first moment was London. I can't unsee that. Because we were in London for a few days and it was all white people. I'm like, wait, do we have a white audience out in London? Like, this is dope. We got a white audience because we gonna have an event. We got an event, So first 2 days, I'm running around the city, going shopping, no black people. I'm like, all white people in London. I guess it is what it is. Man, that happened. We had 3,000 people to a place that only holds 400. Wow. We had 3,000 black people, all people that look like us in line trying to get into this event, wanting to know information, wanting to change their life. Wow. And that moment said, the problems that we have in America are the same problems all over the world. And that's why Earn Your Leisure today it's like starting to become a global brand. That's why Africa so much in all these different continents, because it's the issues in our home country are the same issues in all around the world. So that's why that was one of those moments. I mean, we had a few moments, man. That was a moment, the moment when we got our first like sponsorship, when we, that was a moment, so it was just like someone's willing to pay you to talk about their brand. That is so strong. They're willing to give you 6-7 figures to talk about their brand. That means you have that much power in your audience, right? That they want to come to your brand and to get exposure to your audience and pay you for that. That changed the game.
And then we fast forward to InvestFest.
That's abuse.
The genius, like that is a genius idea. It is groundbreaking. No one on the planet has ever done anything like it.
Nope.
I literally had on my vision board me talking in front of 20,000 people because I saw Tony Robbins do it, and I just never thought that nobody else could do that. And literally, I mean, I've spoken at InvestFest every
year, right?
Yeah,
every year.
But to be able to talk in front of that much people, like I have my own picture now of me talking in front of 25,000 people. Like,
you didn't need your eyes.
Like I never, you know what I'm saying? Without AI, this is like for real. I got the video, all that is like, it's a genius idea, and as somebody in the financial education space, I support, I will always support the movement. It's a great movement. How did that come about?
That 2:00 idea. I mean, Rashad put it in a group chat because he'll say a lot of stuff. He'll say he sends a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And some stuff sticks, some stuff don't.
Yeah.
And everybody was doing like these conferences with like 500 to 2,000 people, and it was just like boring. It wasn't like it didn't have the culture. It didn't have like, and no offense to people doing the con, because you don't know what you don't know until you see it. Now people want to do more, like involve performances, involve workshops, involve games and things like that. But it was missing that Coachella vibe, right? Sure. So how can we infuse the Coachella vibe with financial literacy, right? With our culture, right? Yeah. And that was kind of his idea. That was the text. Like, I'm seeing all these conferences that I go to them. They're not exciting. They're not education. Everybody's selling stuff. How can we got to change this up. This ain't working. Yeah. And then I don't know if it was Matt. I think Matt came up with the InvestFest name. I'm not sure, but we was just we was putting out a bunch of names out there. And then once it hit, it's like we did it. And the first year we did it out of our pocket. It was like I'll never forget that, $1.3 million out of our pocket. Yeah. And it wasn't like we was making like crazy money at the time. This was a true, like, Shotty if this would have went bad, who was gonna be mad at that? And it was during COVID. Right. Again, time, and people were inside. People wanted to get outside, and nobody was taking, like, GWCC had a full calendar. We could have had it on any day of the week because everybody was scared to take that risk. Yeah. And most people would say, going back to taking those risks and assets over liability, InvestFest doesn't happen if you didn't take a risk. Right.
1.3 million during the COVID, during the time first movers is
we had to have a seat 6 feet apart. Right. Our first one. We only could have 4,000 people, right? So it had to be 6 feet apart. It had to be a bunch of sanitation thing, like the sanitizers, and it was a bunch of, like, it was limiting our ability to make this thing happen. Yeah. It was so many obstacles to come in our way before before anyone's seen it, right? Yeah. And we only had 6 weeks to make this happen. Wow. So we no sponsors, we just went for it. Yeah. And that's what it takes. It takes jumping. Yeah. A lot of people are afraid to jump. Yeah. But if you don't jump, you'll never know what's on the other side. Yeah. And I've been a jumper my whole life. Yeah. It's worked sometimes, and it didn't work sometimes. Yeah. But I'm on the positive side of it working. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, Earn Your Leisure was my best jump. Right, for sure. Because it literally, it didn't just change my life. Yeah. All my family works for Earn Your Leisure. It changed the people we've helped. Yeah. People are making millions and millions of dollars. For sure. So that was definitely
I go on the record that I've said this. I don't have no ego. Like, I'll say it changed my life as well, because like, I've been in the financial education space since 2009. So I'm an OG in this joint. Yeah. And I remember, it's funny because I remember having a conversation with Rashad, a mutual friend. And that's how I met Rashad. That's how
Jamal Thomas.
Was it?
I know Jamal Thomas.
Yeah. So mutual friend connected us, and he had he had connected us because Rashad was a financial advisor at the time. Yeah. I had a radio show in New York, and I was still talking about finance. So Rashad wanted to know how I was licensed and still be able to talk about finance. And he was.
Oh, you're a financial advisor as well.
Yeah, I was.
I was working for I'm saying you was working for the bank.
Yeah, I was working for the bank. Yeah. And so I remember, and this had to be. This was like 2018, I think. I don't even think it was like 2008, before you started Earn Your Leisure. And I remember, it was like I forget the years, but I think it was 2018. And we had that, we had that conversation around, doing the podcast or whatever, and how to go around, like, giving the advice. And I was just telling him, don't give the advice, just invite people and ask them the questions so they could be given the advice. Yeah. But it changed my life, because when I decided, like, when I was doing my podcast, I was doing a live radio show on WACR. I would podcast it or whatever the case may be. I moved to Atlanta, and while I moved to Atlanta, I stopped doing the radio show, but I wanted to get back into hosting. When I saw what y'all was doing with the podcast, I was like, yo, y'all figure some stuff out. I'll be a talent. Y'all just show me how to do this podcasting thing. Yeah. Got on the podcast, and it literally changed my life. Like, I've made the most money that I've ever made in my life You know what I'm saying? By being on the network, by being that visibility.
Yeah.
I'm a hustler too, right? 8 years old, I'm packing bags at the local supermarket.
Yep.
I'm selling mixtapes and t-shirts on 125th Street. Like I'm a cash cow. I know how to get money.
Yeah.
And so just show me, like you said, unsee it. Like I can't unsee it. Just show me how to get to the bread. I'm gonna get to it. And so when I saw what y'all was doing with everybody around y'all, I'm like, yo, y'all really getting to the bag for real.
Yeah.
Just show me the way. And like I said, I've made the most money that I've ever made in my life. So I'll say that it definitely changed my life as well. It changed a lot of people's lives. And it's like that, it's almost like that trickle down effect, which is why I don't understand when people have negative things to say. Like I actually get upset at it because I have a front row seat and I see the lives that are changed.
Yeah.
Not on no like I'm talking about generationally. You know what I'm saying? Like you live in an actor's house, bro. Like I've been to your house.
I don't know what he's.
Right.
You don't know what he talking about.
The way
I don't know what he talking about.
you
I don't know what
like
you talking about.
you walk into your crib, bro. You think Brad Pitt lived there? B.
I don't know what he talking about.
All right, but yeah. So let's keep going.
Yeah, I don't know what he talking about.
But yeah, it changed lives. But
No, I mean it changed our lives. Like look, Troy is living proof.
Yeah.
Troy probably knew literally nothing about stocks. He didn't know anything about stocks.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have knew like this, and this, like, but really nothing.
Yeah.
Like I'll never forget the day when we took $100,000 a piece and put it in the market, and like he literally can teach you how to do options. He could teach you. And that's his secret weapon. That he was a teacher for like 15, 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
But he literally learned the skill.
Yeah.
So if he can do it, anyone can do it. He's a living proof that he didn't know it.
Sure.
And that's what happened to himself is happened to many millions and millions of people we've been teaching. And about the people saying bad things, it's cool. I mean, good. Keep talking because if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Yeah. So and some people a lot of people I talk to hate, it's because they probably want to be on a podcast or they want to be on a show. They want to be in InvestFest. You know, they want attention and it gets them attention when you talk bad because then it's like you somebody, right? And then if you get the right enough momentum, you start to believe. And it's all of a false belief, right? So, but it is what it is. But it's definitely changed. It changed my life. I mean, I found my wife with Untold. You know?
I want to talk about that because I knew you prior to. Matter of fact, listen, I was there. I was there when you was courting her too. I don't think you remember.
I don't know.
I interviewed. I mean, look.
Oh no. I was. She had a baby in her stomach when she.
I know. Was it? Remember?
Yeah. When she did the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had a baby. It was
Nah,
quick.
the second time. No. I interviewed her twice, so she don't remember. I interviewed her twice.
Okay.
The second time she had a baby. The first time she didn't have a baby. You don't remember?
I only came on. I didn't go, because the other one she had to do it twice.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I said you was courting her because I remember I had interviewed her the first time, and then she was telling me she didn't like the interview, and I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna put it out." And then you called me, and then you was like, "Yo, do me a favor, don't put it out." You'll probably remember that. Of course, you don't remember that. You was like, "Yo, don't put it out." And so I was like, "Nah, bro, like I got this whole production. Like you costing me money.
Send me some money. Send me some money.
I put this episode out.
I appreciate you that thing.
And then you like, I could tell by how you was like going hard. You was like, "Yo, bro, do me that favor, blah blah." I'm like, "Yo." You know what I'm saying? And then the second time,
You got a good memory.
yo, I remember everything.
Yo, I'm not telling you nothing.
I'm telling you, I remember everything. But no, luckily, I'm a '90s baby. I'm cut from a era.
It's respect. You know what I'm saying?
It's respect. I cut from an era that there are things that I know that will go with me to my grave because that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just about who I am. It's just about my OGs and the people who taught me. I can't look myself in the mirror. I'm not no sucker. If I can say it behind your back, I'm saying it in your face. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah. If you say it in somebody's face, then it don't even matter.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So no, but I'm saying that to say like, yo, I just have a certain set of, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember when you was courting her, so I do want to talk about that because I think like your wife has really like it looks good on you, and I don't like using the word I'm so proud of you because I think that I don't like that, but I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm happy, you know, that y'all found each other. I'm happy that y'all are building a beautiful family. Y'all are like a perfect couple, so I'm gonna get there. I don't want to go there yet. But I do want to ask, right? How, like, it almost feels like, so y'all had a lot of success, and as you having this success, there's still, it's happened quick, it's happening fast, or it seems like it's happening fast. What are, and this is for anybody who's running a business, who is, putting stuff out there, being consistent, but the success starts to happen really, really fast, where, y'all have, again, you got Earn Your Leisure now, you got InvestFest, y'all got the partnership with Steve Harvey, which I want to talk about, right? And like, it just like overnight, y'all become this massive, like, mass media thing. It came from it felt like this homegrown influencer based thing to now this is a mass media. Like, this is
a media empire.
Yeah, it's a media empire. Like, how do you get ready for that? Like, were y'all ready for that? Were there stumbling blocks? Were there mistakes made? Like, how do how do you manage going from that, from good to great, if you will?
I mean, it's like you take everything step by step, right? One would say it did happen fast, which it did happen fast, but everything happens faster after every generation, right? Even AI, you see AIs even faster, right? To build your show, Crime Pays, it's the fastest growing show you ever done.
For sure, 1,000%,
right? Everything's gonna grow faster in time because it's just technology changes, people change, it's just different, right? So I will say we had a great team. We had the people that we hired, we trusted. So we were able to delegate to people and put things in people's hands that we trusted. We didn't have to worry about no funny business. So I would say that was one of the best things we ever did. People say don't hire your friends and family. That was probably the core of our core.
And I love that. Like, every time I'm around y'all,
our foundation was strong. There was no cracks in our foundation. So if you build a house with cracks in your foundation, it don't matter. It's gonna fall. The fact that our foundation was so strong, whatever we threw at it, it was able to withstand itself because we had such a strong foundation, and we just put 1 foot at a time, 1 foot. And then you get AB. AB's like a workhorse. So he came in like a year or two later. And that only amplified it even more.
And I love AB in the fold. And I've told him this behind his back as well. But I love him. I talked to him, not behind his back, but I love him and what he added to it, because I love the fact that y'all added somebody so young though too, right? Because I think that also adds to it, where you have like this young energy that is, learning, but then also has their ear to the street, but then willing to like put in the work. Yeah.
I mean, you got that. We had my brother doing the merch, Vincent. So it was
that too. Like,
he's a partner with the merch. So it's like, so what I'm saying though is that you put
and not to cut you off, but it's funny because when I said he owns it, I didn't even know he was a partner.
Of course.
I was saying, like, I just remember going to events that Troy, Rashad, or Mike are not in, and Bam is there. And I'm like, man, and that was one of the things that I appreciated about, the Earn Your Leisure family, was that everybody, they act like an owner, right? It did not look like they worked for the company. It looked like everybody like owned the company. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw, when I'll see Bam and I'll see, him at events, it's like, he's like, yo, this is me. Like, I own this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you got my other brother doing editing. So, which he taught me. And now, I was able to teach him and not able to give him a place. So I think that had a lot to do with it, where we can give things off to people in our circle that we can trust, that'll get done. And then we can go and do other things. So like when InvestFest comes, right? InvestFest, that's a major production.
1,000%.
It's a major production. It's so many elements to invest. It's over like 500 people that work InvestFest, Wow. So, nothing happens without your core. And I think our core was the strongest. And I think that was the secret to being able to handle so much at so fast.
Yeah. And then so talk about that, that Steve Harvey partnership, right? Because he currently owns part of InvestFest as well.
No,
He doesn't.
no.
Okay, so that was the rumor. That's what I.
Well, he's a partner.
Okay.
He's definitely a partner.
Partner, gotcha.
He has we created a deal for him
Gotcha.
to be a part of it.
Gotcha.
He doesn't own InvestFest.
Gotcha.
But he is a partner. He's a partner with us.
Yep.
Not an equity partner.
Gotcha.
But he's a partner.
Yep.
Where he brings his genius
Right.
to the table.
Correct.
And we cut him a check for it, right?
Yep.
So he is definitely a partner in it, but like InvestFest doesn't have 12,000 people the second year without him.
Right.
InvestFest doesn't have Robert F. Smith without him, you know? So, he's brought a lot of his contacts, his audience. We had an older audience. We have an older audience now, like, coming to InvestFest now because they realize, like, wow, this is information I should have known. This is great. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going to take my little retirement checks and put it in the market because they don't know what they don't know. We wasn't taught this. So, I mean, we did an interview and we talked probably 2 hours before the interview. You talking about a house? I didn't even get to the house. We only went to his front house. His front house. It was good. It was good. And I was buying a house literally like a quarter of a mile down the street from him at the time, and I literally didn't want to close my house no more because of seeing his house.
Wow.
I was like, it's so disrespectful. How your front house better than my man's house? But so we talked 2 hours before the interview, 2 hours for the interview, and 2 hours after the interview. He's like, I want to do something with y'all. And he had something called, he had another event. I forgot what it was called. He had an event. You remember the event?
I think it was like a vault something.
Nah, it was called something. You remember it? So he had an event, and he was like, listen, he brought so many great ideas to the table. And we're like, this is amazing. This is amazing. So
I think it was Vault and Powers or something like that.
Nah, it's called Crunchies or something So we did that, and it sounded good, and then it took a couple of months, and we just made it happen. But he really wanted a percentage of InvestFest. He wanted to own. On Your Leisure.
Right, gotcha.
And that wasn't on the table. That wasn't a thing that we were willing to do. So we ended up doing InvestFest. So and working him into a partnership deal where he can bring his stuff and make it happen. And
so talk.
And I was through Tabidi as well. It's even me.
Salute to Tabidi. Talk to me now about your decision to be in the forefront, right? Because even to this day, though, a lot of people don't know that you're actually a owner. Co-founder, owner, Earn Your Leisure. You are now being more vocal around your genius and what you bring to the table. Why now?
Well, it's been about 1.5 years now, 2 years that I've been take that out. I've been doing. I'm outside. So, it's like, it comes a point in your life where you want, like, the journey to get to build these companies. That was my fulfillment. And it comes a point where what's fulfilling you now? What's next? Right? You want to wake up and have something to, like I told you, I'm a hustler. I always got to get it. I'm not going to wait for it to come. I'm going to go get it. Now, I think I got to a point where having kids, having a wife, what's next? What fulfills me, right? What's going to be my drive? My story is a very beautiful story that can relate to many of people, right? So I think that I know I can inspire people with my story. I know I can teach people with my genius, and I can change people's lives by being in front of the camera. I'm very relatable. My personality screams at it makes you comfortable to even be yourself.
For sure.
So I have what it takes. Why am I not using it? Why am I not doing it? Have kids that I want them to look up to me and say, that's my daddy, right? And, I want my wife to just, and let's don't get wrong. The person I am today has a lot to do with that strong woman on the side of me, you know what I'm saying? So she definitely, shows me, a different version of how I can be, right? She paints it in my head and pins it on me every single day. This is what I see you as. This is what you could do. You could be great. You are great. You are great. You got to let people know you're greatness. So, and she's seen it in me before I've seen it in myself.
Sure.
So I think that, having her, having my kids, and even my brothers and stuff, always like believing in me. I was like, it's time, it's time for me to do something different.
Yeah.
Do something for myself.
Yeah.
Because I've always been behind the scenes for all the businesses I've ever built.
Yeah.
I've built many businesses.
Yeah.
That's how I became so successful.
Yeah.
So I got to that point. I was like, let's do it. And I just started to I came out the wrong way the first time though. I came out like an influencer, and I'm not really an influencer. I'm not really like, one time I was talking about branding, and the next time I was talking about YouTube, and I'm not that. I'm a CEO of a major company, right? Yeah. And now I understand that. I know my worth, right? So my goal now is to become an influential speaker, become a very good communicator, and inspire people that are like me, that were in the projects, that were in special ed, that
they try to put me in special ed too.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. My mother didn't know that. No. Or even people that are behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people that I know that are behind the scenes that are great.
1,000%, yeah.
But the people that they record, the talent, they don't feel like they're the talent as well,
right.
which they are.
Yeah.
And I want to be the voice for all those people. And I think
how does that make you feel though? Like,
it's a slap in the face.
Yeah. Because I kind of gonna say like I've seen situations in which and it's not really about attention, but I've seen it where like Troy and Rashad are getting all the attention, and you're being treated like a worker. Where I'm like, this.
I remember one time. I do remember something. I remember I was setting up an investors, maybe year 2.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, this is crazy. This guy, he's the owner, and he's setting up sweating. Remember when you see me? I was setting up sweating.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, we all have some type of ego, but I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
And that like people used to think like come to me like you don't feel like like no they like that that draws them, that puts a fire in them. I like seeing everything happen. I like putting that light up. I like making the camera right. You know what I'm saying? But that's a skill. That's a talent. This is talent. No, most people can't come and do this and make it look like this.
1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? But people don't look at them as talent. And it's not fair. But we all have voices, right?
For sure.
And I think a lot of the people that are skilled behind the scenes, they don't have the business skills that I have, right? That's what I learned really early on. That's why I learned about equity. Sure. So it was just it's just been amazing, and I thank God that God put me into the position I am. And put the people in my life that put me in my life. Even put like me and Troy Rashad been friends for damn near 25 years. Like he's best friends with his sister. So we've been a small knit community for a really long. We've been around each other for our whole lives, so we've known each other forever. So it was a blessing, and we started like 5-6 businesses before Earn Your Leisure. It didn't work because we were always doing it for the money. And once we did it because it was our passion, it was our fulfillment. And now this right here fulfills me.
And so I want y'all to miss that because like every now and then, like there's a gym that I gotta slow down so y'all can hear. Because if I hear you correctly, y'all started 5 or 6 businesses already, all for the money, didn't do nothing.
Nope.
Y'all started a business that y'all didn't even think it was gonna make money because it was just because there was no money in podcasting at the time.
Nope.
And that is the thing that
it's the stuff that you least expect. It's just, and that's why you gotta when you come up with an idea, you gotta execute. You gotta execute. Execution is probably the hardest. The ideas are the easiest. Execution is the hardest. When you come up with those ideas, you have to execute.
How do you keep going though? When you or let me just ask like specifically, how did y'all keep going where y'all wasn't making the money though, right? Because it was, like I've produced podcasts. I know that y'all make no money for 18 months or something like that. Was that long?
We didn't take money out the account for 18 months.
So that means everything that y'all was doing, like at what, like y'all do, like even living or whatever, like do you have to have other things going on? Like how do you?
I ain't gonna hold you. I was losing all my business because I was literally the heartbeat of Earn Your Leisure in the beginning. Like I was the video guy, I was the light guy, I was a website guy, I was the merch guy at one point, I was the marketer guy, I was the ad guy, I was the manager, I was the customer service. So I was like, I had no time to work on my own business. But that's why I was so valuable, because I was able to handle so many different skills in the business. And they say what a jack of all trades is a master of none. But the other part of that is still better than a master of one. You know what I'm saying? They missed that last part. You know what I'm saying? So I am a jack of all trades. And, you know, like, the funny thing is, I go to Rashad, I'm like, yo, I'm speaking at InvestFest this year, right? I put it in the group chat. I say, yeah, I want to be on stage this year. This year. And it was kind of like fucked up in a way, but he goes, what are you going to talk about? And I don't think he was being like fucked up, but he's like, you know, you do a lot. What are you going to talk about? You know what I'm saying? What do you want to talk about? And I said, just straight business. But that's my gift. I know a lot, or what is it, a little by a lot of things, but I know a lot of things. Like I can put it together. Once I see it, I know how to make it happen. Right. So, and that was just probably my gift. Like I just understand a lot of different things in business. So
all right. So now let's talk about the beautiful queen known as Jessica, aka Jessica Lane, aka Jessica MacDonald. Right. How did y'all meet, and how did you know she was the one?
I seen her on Instagram. That's how I first noticed her. And like you said, I'm an '80s baby. I'm old school. I'm not going through no DM. That's just not me. I've never hollered at a girl in the DM. So, and I was kind of like on the ends of another situation. And you know, I seen her, this girl talking about, like, she was talking about Forex like totally different. Like she was like. That girl was passionate. She was passionate. These other people were talking about it, but in a different way. She was different. It was like when you see Earn Your Leisure, it's a white space. So I'm like, wait, I'm about to make some money with her. That's what I was thinking. I'll make some money with her. Like she got all this attention. She's in all this engagement, and she's not selling anything. She's not making no money. So I said, you know, I'm gonna get on the podcast. I'm gonna work. So it took about 6 months. She ended up coming to one of our networking events at Slush. And she was only stayed there for like 5 minutes. I was like, damn. So she was there quick. So, but I seen her turn around and go up them stairs. I stopped on the stairs. I said, hold on, you ain't gonna just leave here. You ain't just gonna leave here without talking to me. You know who I am. And she was like, no. And I told her who I was. You know, I got to leverage the brand as much as possible. I said, Earn Your Leisure. I think I told her I'm going to change your life. That's been my line for years. But I changed her life. Now, see, when I say I'm going to change your life, it don't mean it's good. It could be bad or good, but I'm going to change your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was my line back in the day. I'm going to change your life. So I just told her, like, yo, I'm going to change your life. Like, you got it. You got a talent. And I exchanged numbers. And then we didn't talk maybe for like a month or two. And then we went on a business lunch to like one of the restaurants, and I think I told her on the first day, I said, I'm gonna marry you. I told her I'm gonna marry you. And that's when that viral video goes, I'm not getting married until I'm a millionaire, this and that, a million in my account. She wasn't saying she wasn't getting married until you give me $1 million, until I have $1 million. She was saying until her shit right, she ain't thinking about marriage because she was so focused. She's a laser focused person. Like when she got her mind to it, she gonna do it. And I said, you know what? Let's just work, whatever. That was kind of my little hint that I kind of liked her. But I never really, it was business. So, you know, I was like, let's do business, whatever. So 2 months went past. I got on the podcast. She did her interview. Her interview went crazy, you know, and, you know, I set up her whole entire business structure, her course and her websites and her automations. And she made like $1 million in like 2 months. Like 800,000 the first month. And then next month she made like 1.2, I think she made in the first like 2 months. So that's how powerful, you know, the brand was. That's how powerful she was because she was good at communicating. And I think she's one of the highest view shows on your show as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So she, like when she speaks,
she
moves the room.
She was an athlete though, so you could tell like that same athletic passion.
It was. That's why sometimes we got that fire.
For sure.
But you know, so and then
she put her hands on you though.
I hope not.
I'm just like,
I don't want to be hit with her. But she, you know, what happened was everything I told her happened. That gained a lot of respect. I think for me, that was my social proof, right? Because I told her it was going to happen, and it happened, right? And then, you know, my brother was really ill, and you know, she got to see, like, outside I was the heaviest I've ever was. So looking at, I mean, I'm still a beautiful young man, you know what I'm saying? But outside I was big. I was like 340 pounds. So I wasn't the most like physically attractive.
Yeah, yeah.
But she knew I had a genius about me. Like I was really good at what I did because I did it for her.
Yeah.
Right. And then what happened? My brother got ill, and I had to fly up to New York. He had COVID, really bad COVID, coma for like 2 months, and I had to keep going back and forth to help him out. Me and my brother, we was flying back. Always somebody in the hospital with him.
Yeah.
And she's seen the determination and the love that I have for my brothers and my family.
Yeah.
It opened her up to the inside of me, and she fell in love with the inside. And it was like one day when a business lunch, she says, I want to be with you. Like I want to date you or some whatever she said.
Yeah.
And then we just hit it off. We was traveling a lot at that time. So I was traveling, my brother got better. So I was traveling all over the world. We was doing, and she was with me, and I was doing it on the low. Nobody really know. I was like, staying there and then, because it was just, I didn't want, especially a guest, what I'm saying? You're not supposed to marry the guest. You're not supposed to marry the guest, and especially the one I put on the show. Damn, that's what we doing, like, you know what I'm saying? Right. And then I remember the first time I told Troy, he says, no, you didn't. Stop lying. I'm like, damn, that's what you think of me? I really must have been crazy, man. At my wedding, everybody said, you changed a lot. I was that bad.
You was wild, bro.
Yeah.
You was wild. I say that all the time, and that's why, that's why I love y'all together. That's why I love who you've become, because I've seen you without her.
I mean, I came to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And Atlanta was like college. Like it was the college that I didn't experience that I didn't have.
You got to think around the time, though, like you said, money was coming in so fast that we were like the rappers now. You got to think about it, because rappers weren't touring, right? Like think about right after COVID, rappers are not touring. They're not outside no more.
Yeah.
So who got the cars? Who's in the clubs with the bottles? Who's doing the event? Like we became the it people now. You get what I'm saying?
You know the crazy thing about that? Because I always say, and like back during COVID, we was making a lot of money. It's really crazy. And I was just doing like my finances. I've made more money each year. I've never declined in income.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, but it's different because I spend money differently.
Yeah.
Like I guess buying houses and all that.
Yeah.
But back then it felt like so much, because I never seen money like that the way it was coming in.
For sure.
But like I'm like, how the heck did I make more money in that year?
Right.
That year was crazy.
Yeah. But that speaks to the consistency, though, right? Because what the other piece of it, though, is that there were people who made a lot of money, but then they stopped, or they tried to pivot, right? And that's the thing. Like, I don't care what, and that I appreciate that. I don't care what y'all got going on. Y'all will be on there on Monday. Y'all gonna drop like I remember what so behind the scenes, right? Like I'm texting Rashad, and he's coming from I think China or something like that, and he's like, we texting about something, and then as soon as he lands, I see him on camera. I'm like, how is this dude just telling me he on a plane?
The work ethic's different.
There's no way he was just on a plane from Asia. And then now he's back home. And
you got to get his whoop. He don't sleep either.
He
don't sleep either. So I mean, he's definitely asleep. But that's the work that goes in the work ethic, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. You just said every Monday, right?
Yeah.
And this is this is a gem too. Yeah. This is really a gem, and I'm gonna give it because I think people should definitely know it. You said something. You said you're consistently doing it, like every Monday, right? People were doing trendy things. They were building like these challenges, building these webinars, and not building an audience.
Yeah,
they were building a temporary fix for a moment. They were building a moment, right?
Yeah.
They wasn't building a legacy.
Yeah.
With Market Money is a legacy. Yeah. Why are you not running ads and traffic to your show?
Right.
Why are you not building out? Your webinar should be your YouTube page. Right. Like so every Monday or every Friday or every Thursday, you're bringing audiences to there.
It's funny you say that, because I was talking to somebody, because that's actually part of my long-term plan to do a daily show. Again, I used to do a daily show for like 2 years, and I stopped chasing the money, though, to be 100% honest, because
you can't chase the money. You gotta let it chase you.
No, 1,000%. So like I was doing a daily show. I was building an audience. I was doing all the stuff that you said, but then I saw an opportunity to make millions of dollars, and I left that alone to make millions of dollars, and then made the millions of dollars. So I'm not regretting that. But I'm now back now I got to start over though.
Because if you were still with that,
yeah,
it would have been making you money for the rest of your life.
Like
your kills
the
and
thing with that, the opportunities and who I am today. Like when I started that, I'm not the guy today who I was then.
Yeah.
If I would have kept that, it would have been.
And that's the thing. People don't stay with it. They want the fast money.
Yeah.
And we've never we don't sell at InvestFest.
Yeah.
Like everybody's saying we should be pitching and pitching. We can make but that's not what it's for.
Yeah.
The attendee paid $250 for a ticket to come get as much as information, as much as connections as possible, and some enjoyment, right?
But the funny thing about it, and this is what I was going to say though, was that I forgot who I was talking to, but I was saying that me doing my daily show, like I know people who make a lot of money by doing webinars every single week, right? But I say, Market Mondays is the webinar. Trapping Tuesdays is the webinar. Like when you think about people who have, these followings and these cult-like followings, you have 5,000, 6,000, 8,000, 9,000. We not doing that on a webinar.
You don't gotta run ads. We can run ads for InvestFest.
Like I know for someone like me to get 5,000-6,000 people on one place, I gotta run ads to it to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so to be able to do that on a consistent basis, and you could soft sell on those things. You know what I'm saying? You could tell people to join EYL University. You could sell Red Panda. You know what I'm saying? So in essence, but it's still the same business model, but it's more of a longevity, if you will.
That's what I'm saying. So you're building an audience. You're building a recurring audience that's coming to see you.
Yeah.
That was one of the mistakes we probably did with Earning Leisure. If you wanted to say a mistake, I always told myself we got to do a show with just y'all two at least once a month or even every quarter.
Yeah.
We went away from that, and people. That's why you see episodes sometimes go up.
Yeah.
And sometimes go down because they're going for the guests now. They're coming for
Right.
us.
Yeah.
We're at Market Mondays. They're coming for us.
Come on. Yep.
We're on is no matter what. Troy and Rashad and Ian are on there every single week,
For sure.
and at least once or twice a month, it's just them.
Yeah.
So they're coming to get information from them. They're the talent.
Yep. For sure.
Right.
For sure.
The talent on Earn Your Leisure is the guest.
Yep.
So that kind of hurt us in terms of like our growth.
Yeah.
Where every episode should still be just like Market Monday.
Right.
But I mean, you live and learn.
For sure. Now talk to me about the business engine.
That's gonna change. That's gonna change everything I've learned. I got mentorship. I'm in like 5 different. I spent like $300,000-$400,000 on mentorship, right? But I got this high level mentorship, and when I joined them, my first question to them was, I said, I got all this information. I built all these successful companies. I need you to teach me how to put my genes into frameworks so people can learn it. So people can take this information and be able to apply it to their business, right? I need you to teach me that. And that's what I've been learning from him. He's been teaching me how to put my skill set into a framework. So now I take this framework every single week. I build the framework out, whether it's about events, whether it's how you build you build your foundation, right? How you build your merch business, how you market, right? I teach frameworks on how to apply it in your business, right? So you literally just fill in the blanks and do exactly how I designed it. You're going to be successful. So I have about, I had started with like 17. Now I'm at like 100 and something.
Nice.
Right? Like when I first launched, it was like 17 people signed up. I did a challenge, and that's why I realized that was stupid. So now the business engine, this is like world, what is it called? World premiere, right?
Yeah.
The business engine. So this is one thing I didn't do really well.
Yeah.
I didn't leverage Earn Your Leisure as much as I should have.
Yeah.
Like Earn Your Leisure is mine just as much as Troy and Rashad, right? Yeah. So leveraging, you have this brand that has millions and millions of followers. Yeah. You have to leverage that.
For sure.
You can't just come out. I was like, I'm gonna go on the front and do it myself and do it again. Right. It's just working. Right. It's working hard. You gotta work smart.
For sure.
So now I'm gonna take the business engine. I built a show, the business engine, and I'm gonna put the business engine on the Earn Your Leisure Network, EYL Network. Yeah. So now that gives me access to a massive audience, right? Audience, yeah. So it's like so that's that, and that every week I'm gonna be teaching. So this is what I learned too. And when you want to give free information, it's the same information that you're giving in the behind the paywall.
Yeah, without that.
The same information. Yeah. The difference is that the information that I'm gonna give on YouTube is gonna be scattered.
Yeah.
Right? It's not gonna be step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4.
Yeah.
Now you can look at all my videos
Yep.
and put it together.
For sure.
But you pay me a premium to now have a step-by-step process
Yeah.
on how to become successful.
And access to questions and answers to you and the team.
And the where I got the business engine concept from was when our friend Amber and Vincent, they helped me design a curriculum called the MacPack.
Yeah.
And we put it in 3 schools, and it did really well. Now we're about to get like 5 schools now, 2 more schools we got. So we're getting schools. So the MacPack is literally a curriculum. I'm like, damn, this is dope.
Yeah, for sure.
She literally took I had a MacPack, like a YouTube for MacPack. Instead of going to YouTube, instead of trying to guess what works and guess what doesn't work and watching these long videos, I'm teaching you real life things that work because I've tried them, and I'm teaching it in a MacPack. So that was doing well, but our friend Amber came and seen it and said, I could turn this into a curriculum. This is great. Kids are going to love this. They're going to be able to learn a skill, because I was teaching business too. They're going to learn how to make a business with the skill and be able to make money in school, because these kids in Detroit poverty is crazy out there.
Sure.
It's crazy. They don't have cell phones. They don't have TVs. They don't have computers. Nothing at home. It's no electricity. It's crazy up there. So we did it last year, and it did so well that we're coming back this year. But when I went to the expo, I had a the MacPack Expo with all the schools and all they were able to like showcase their talent, their businesses.
Yeah.
Man, that shit was the most beautiful thing, because I got to see what I taught them, and they turned it into a business and making money. So it was just a blessing. But those are the things, like the business engine and MacPack are like my baby, this is the fulfillment, right?
And it makes sense though too, because I think that no one has really talked about
digital literacy. That's what it's called too. MacPack. Digital literacy.
But nobody's ever really talked about the behind the scenes, right? Like when you look at these big brands, you almost have to wait until there's a documentary or something later on down the line to.
Or my book that you're gonna write.
No, I'm telling you, bro. Like so this is the vision I see, right? Because imagine this, like you just said, take advantage of what you got, right? Imagine, I'm just calling it the EYL effect because that just sounds like super duper dope, right? But imagine the EYL effect talking about the behind the scenes of how Earn Your Leisure became Earn Your Leisure by the co-owner, the co-founder of Earn Your Leisure, but giving, obviously it's not trade secrets because again, you could give out all of the sauce, but if you're not consistent, if you don't follow. So imagine all of these people who have watched Earn Your Leisure become Earn Your Leisure. Now they learn about the business mastermind behind it, right? Now this becomes a book tour, right? We could do a book tour. We go to all the different cities. The way I publish books, like we could do Barnes and Nobles, do a national book tour, right? And then now during this national book tour, you're having talks about what built Earn Your Leisure, because Earn Your Leisure is the superior brand that people want to learn from. But now it increases your visibility as a business mastermind, number one. It also allows people to see, oh man, this dude is dope. I wonder if I apply the EYL effect, AKA the business engine. We would just call it the EYL effect because of marketability. You know what I mean? Like
you got to leverage your,
you got to leverage that.
Your
right?
social proof.
But then the EYL effect is now what you call the business engine. And now all throughout the book, you're selling the business engine.
Yeah.
Right. You're selling you're selling the courses. You're selling your mastermind. You're selling, your group coaching thing. And so now you build up. And here's the beauty of it, though, right? Because you already you've built EYL University. So it's not like you don't know how to build these things up yourself. It's just using sort of like the same kind of skill set to kind of do that. Yeah.
No, I think it's a great idea. I think a book, especially when I'm going to speak at different places.
Correct.
InvestFest, I have a booth. It's definitely something I definitely thought about.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I wanted to. I don't know if I'm big enough to talk about myself, like my journey.
Yeah.
Or
you have to talk about your journey. But that's what I tell people. So I mean, I published 20 books.
You're a monster.
Yeah, but the thing is though, this don't have to be your only book. You know what I'm saying? And so in my mind, this is how I would do it if I was advising you. I would say leverage the brand to leverage the business engine, do a big activation, national tour, go around and do speaking engagements, things of that nature. That's easy, right? Build yourself up to a point where people now care about Michael McDonald.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like you gotta make them care. And I'm like, for me,
that's true.
I didn't write my memoir. I got a memoir called From the Block to the Bank. I didn't write it until 2020. Right, my first book came out 2009, but by the time I realized that Ash Xantis is the real me. Ash Cash is a brand, it's a character.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize Ash Cash was a thing until I started going places. And people would hear my voice and be like, yo, you sound like Ash Cash. Yeah. Or they'll see me and be like, yo, are you Ash Cash? So I realized, oh shit, Ash Cash.
That's good. Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? And so when I realized people cared about Ash Cash, I'm like, I bet. Now it's time to give that memoir, because people don't know that I'm from the projects, and then I got kicked out of school 4 times. Like I was on the verge, you know what I'm saying? So I said, I need to tell that part of my story, because all they see is the successful part. So it's like, let's make them care about Michael McDonald.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. I'm definitely working on things.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. COO. You know what I'm saying? We got a corporation over here. You know what I'm saying? I got multiple corporations.
Yes, sir.
I'm definitely gonna build this. I'm not gonna stop. Every week that when people tell me about their success stories in the business engine, it puts fire under me. It makes. Like I just told them, I said, yo, we about to change. We about to change a lot. This is. I don't think Earn Your Leisure is going to be the biggest thing I've ever done.
That's good.
I know it's not going to be the biggest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, that's good. And again, I believe that, right? Like again, like because we talked a lot, so I don't know if I said this on camera or behind the scenes, but like I truly believe that your purpose is to give other people permission. You know what I'm saying? Like. We're the same, bro. Like, I'm in the project, you're running. You know what I'm saying? Like, single parent home, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really not supposed to make it out, bro.
That was my TED talk that I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to be
No, it's
here.
a fact. Like, yo, bro, so I want to say a month ago, me and my homies went on a, like my day ones. We went to Key West or whatever, because we hadn't seen each other in a while. And I'm sitting there and like, it's just me and one of our homies that never been to jail. Everybody else, like gang members, and these is my guys though. Like I love
day ones,
gang members. 9.5 years of temp murder. And it's not like I was inside the house. It wasn't like, oh, I'm from the hood, but I never been outside. Like I was outside.
Yeah.
And so when you think about like you live in the most expensive zip code, you know what I'm saying, in Atlanta. Yo, you ever see the meme? He be like, yeah, man, and my man live at 775. You know what I mean? Look, I put all your business out there. Yo, you live in the most expensive, and no, I'm just playing. But the fact that I'll just say we in this case, but the fact that we have been able to change our whole family trajectory.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
my sons, man, they grow. They grow. Let me ask you a question. Are you the most successful out of your day ones?
Yeah.
How does that feel? How does that make them feel? How do you deal with that?
I think that from what they tell me and how I see the energy, I think that some people are not, right? Like some people are not happy or proud or whatever, because I have been around some of my day ones, and you know how Beanie like, yo, your handshake not matching your smile, like, you know what I mean? I can feel it in the air. There has been people that I feel like, it's not happy for me, but I know it's not about me though.
Yeah.
It's about them.
Correct.
Because at the end of the day, we come from the same place.
Look for agreement.
Nah, 1,000%. Yep. And we come from the same place, and so a lot of times I'm a reminder of what they're not doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think, and that's what feels refreshing. Like the day ones that I still rock with, they're happy. You know why? Because my success is their success.
Yeah.
So they don't even, one of my homies, matter of fact, he was like, and it's weird. His daughter was watching one of my stuff, and he heard my voice.
Wow.
And was like, yo, that's my man. Like, we came, like,
That's
and
good.
she like, no, dad, no. He's like, no, that's my man, like, for real. And so he had to pull up an old junior high school picture of and show his daughter. His daughter like, ah. And so, matter of fact, when we went to Key West, like, he's on FaceTime. He's like, look. And he shows her, and she's like going crazy. Like, that feels so great to me.
That's
You know what I'm
fulfillment. Like,
saying?
that's purpose.
Yeah, and so I do think that like some of my day ones are like, you know, the ones I speak to be honest with you, because there's some day ones that I still love, but
it's just distant.
I just can't rock. Yeah.
No, I get it. I mean, it's definitely hard. You know, it's definitely trying to get people to believe in the system, believe in the process.
Yeah. Are you still trying to convince people, or?
Yeah, I ain't never gonna. I'm never gonna stop trying. I'm never gonna stop helping.
Yeah.
And giving them information.
Yeah.
Unless they say they don't want no information, but I want all my day ones to be great. Like that would be the total fulfillment.
For sure.
That like all my family's millionaires, all my friends are millionaires.
For sure.
That would be like the ultimate fulfillment.
For sure.
And you just don't want to just. What I notice is when you just do things for people, they don't appreciate it, they don't value it.
Yeah.
When you give them information and they apply it, and then they do it themselves, it's that fulfillment.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the purpose. It's the process.
Yeah.
A lot of times people want to skip the process, but the process really is like what we were going through. Why it grew so fast. We went through that process, but we didn't skip any steps.
Facts. Yeah.
And when you help somebody out and skip that process step, it diminishes the value of what you give them. So I think everyone has it. I think all my friends have a skill and a talent that they can apply to make a lot of money. Yeah. But it's just them applying it, right? My brothers, I think they all have talents and all skills, but it's just them applying it, believing in themselves, believing in what they can do, and believing they can change their life. Is what you watch me.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
living proof.
Right.
Mikey, who if I am stories though too, you put hands on people though too.
If I ain't the proof then you know, because like even Vincent, he's very, very intelligent, very smart. Grammarly, like I used to send everything to him, and then ChatGPT came, and he's still being correct in ChatGPT though. That's the crazy thing. But like you got skills like sports. I told him a long time. This is before podcasting, yo. I told him and his best friend they should do a show on sports, right? Because they know all about these sports like the back of their hand. So it's like. But you gotta execute. Right. You got all these ideas, but you have to execute. And I think that's the most important thing is the execution.
Yeah. No, I love it. Any last words? Anything that you want people to know about?
DM Ash ASH to my Instagram. Michael J. MacDonald, and I put like a video series together that I just want to give for free. And it's literally kind of like the basics of, and it's no email. I don't want your email. All you gotta do is follow me at Michael J. MacDonald and DM Ash, and then I'll just give you that. I was selling it for $1,000, but I just said just give it away for free.
Yo, let's go. It's insiders. I need y'all to flood his DMs right now. Go to his DM, Michael J. MacDonald, MacDonald. Make sure you DM him Ash, and he'll send you that series. Man, I appreciate you, brother. This was good.
Thank you. This is dope, man. Thank you, man.
I enjoyed this. Long overdue.
Really, I was like, damn, he don't think I'm a talent, yo. He interviewed all these people.
Yo. The thing is though, I always been bigging you up. If you go through all your text threads, back, I've always been bigging you up. I don't think you believe me though. I thought you
know me from behind the scenes. Now you love me in the front of the scenes, now, yo. I made it. I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, man.
Hey, yo, we are closing out the vault. Another awesome episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash, the greatest money mindset show on the planet. Yo, make sure you share this video, you like this video, make sure you tag your friends, make sure you let them know that this information here, because he dropped a lot of gems, that this information here is going to take you to the next level. Make sure you join the business engine as well, and stay tuned for that new book coming out soon. You heard it here first, but we are closing out the vault. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Inside the Vault. Make sure you check out our website, InsideTheVaultShow.com. I am Ash Cash. Make sure you visit me, IamAshCash.com. Follow me on all social media platforms at IamAshCash. Make sure you join the Abundance Community. Go to TheAbundanceCommunity.com. And I'm going to see you next time. Same place, in God's will.